Well, thanks again, Ray Otison, back this afternoon at the RBC Center. It's time for our first edition of Kaiton's Corner, and for Season 10 here in Raleigh, we are happy to bring you Kaiton's Corner once again, where you may or may not know the procedure. If you're a new hockey fan, let me explain to you that this is your forum to ask any question you have about our great game of hockey, whether it's about the rules, the team, any knotty problems about the game that you watch, anything that you might want a clearer understanding of, or if you're a veteran hockey fan that knows a lot about what this program entails in this segment of our broadcast, answering all kinds of hockey questions, anything you want to ask about the league in general, about the Hurricanes in particular, we're here to try to get the answer for you here to further increase and edify you about the great game of hockey, increase your knowledge of the game. All you have to do is email me to Chuck K, Chuck and the letter K, at CarolinaHurricanes.com. That's Chuck K at CarolinaHurricanes.com. Email us with your full name, where you're emailing from, and again, give us that location in full and your full name, and we will tell you when we're going to answer your question on a future broadcast. It could be as early as next Friday night when the Hurricanes and the Nashville Predators play the first of two preseason games. Well, we've had some activity over the summer with a couple of questions, and Mario Kohler, who is from Raleigh, North Carolina, has a question. I know it's close to hockey season right now. I have fallen in love with the sport, and if you want to answer this question for me, I would very much appreciate it. I've been following the Canes since they were in Greensboro, and there's one thing that I've never understood. I've noticed that sometimes when there are matching minor penalties, they'll play 5-on-5. However, other times there are matching minor penalties. The play will go to 4-on-4. Can you explain this for me? And another question I have comes across in the third period in a tie game that ends with one team on a 5-on-3 advantage. How does overtime start out? What would the amount of players be adjusted to through the penalties? All right, two very, very good questions. First of all, on your first question, Mario, when it comes to matching minor penalties, in other words, if you have two players, one of each team, picking up a 2-minute minor apiece simultaneously, the clubs will play 4-on-4. If those two players take more than 2 minutes, for example, if they get 4 minutes for roughing or pick up 5-minute fighting majors, those are two different categories, teams will stay 5-on-5. They will not play 4-on-4. It's only when matching minor penalties are given to a member of each team that the clubs will play 4-on-4. So I hope that answers that question for you. And second of all, when it comes to the overtime situation, if one team has a 5-on-3 advantage going into the overtime, and as we know, overtime is played 4-on-4 normally, so you would probably say to yourself, well, they should play 4-on-2 then. Well, it doesn't work that way. You can never have fewer than 3 men on the ice in front of your goaltender at any one time, be it regular time or in the overtime session. So the 5-on-3 would stay. All right, it'd be a 1-man or 2-man advantage. It would stay until the penalties elapsed. For example, if the penalties came such that the first penalty would expire at the 30-second mark of overtime, it would be a 5-on-3 for the first 30 seconds of overtime, barring a goal, of course. And then when that player came on the ice, it'd be 5-on-4. Now, if you get a whistle, they would adjust it down to a 4-on-3. Okay, so I hope that gives you an answer to that question. And of course, if it goes 5-on-5, if the whistle doesn't blow and there is no stoppage in play and both men from the same penalized team come on the ice, then at the next whistle they'll stay playing 5-on-5 until the next stoppage in play, and they'll adjust it down to 4-on-4 afterwards. So a very good question for today's game from Mario Kohler of Raleigh, North Carolina. And then we have a quick little snippet here from Jacob Hartley of Orland, Pennsylvania, who says that he's heard rumors that the Hurricanes were thinking about trading a guy like Eric Cole. Do general managers regard what fans think? For example, Ryan Smith and Chris Pronger in Edmonton, those trades didn't go over with the fans very well. I don't know about the Pronger one, but probably Ryan Smith didn't. But I don't think general managers have to be concerned by that. General managers like Jim Rutherford and his 29 colleagues across the league have to do what's best they feel for their hockey club, and that's their job. Their job isn't to run a popularity contest just because the fans, if you listen to fans over the years, you'd probably have a winning percentage of less than 500. I would dare say that. But some general managers have records of under 500. So maybe they should listen to some of the fans. But in the case of trading players, there are a lot of circumstances that go into it, and not just whether a player is popular with the fans or not. General managers are charged with the job of and entrusted with it that they've got to better their hockey clubs any way they can. And in order to do so, they have to make trades as they see fit. And what makes it difficult today, too, Jacob, is the financial end. General managers will tell you today it's not like it used to be, where you now have to worry about the salary cap. You have to worry about matching money. You can't take on too much more money. You have cap considerations. You have player. So you don't see the old-fashioned trades like you used to, maybe the blockbusters that really made things interesting, especially during that period of time toward the trading deadline in March. So Jacob Hartley of Orland, Pennsylvania, and Mario Kohler of Raleigh, thanks for your questions here this afternoon in Kaiton's Corner. We'll do it again on Friday night next when the Hurricanes and the Predators meet here at the RBC Center. Remember, I encourage you to send your question along to Chuck K, Chuck and the letter K, at CarolinaHurricanes.com through the internet. I'll answer it for you and on a future broadcast. Remember, it gives your full name, where you're emailing from, any good question about hockey, and once again, in Season X here in Carolina for the Carolina Hurricanes, the 10th season. We'll have another edition of Kaiton's Corner next Friday night against the Predators. I'm Chuck Kaiton.